Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because we've got some good news. No central bank digital currency. How wild is that? Let's hit the like button. Let's subscribe to the channel. We have a sponsor today, Patriot Gold, but let's get right into it. In our latest defense bill, HR 3838, which is 1,300 pages, which I'm one of the only people that read it. And one thing that's in there that's amazing is that they want to ban central bank digital currency. Unbelievable, guys. Read the story below on this. This is great, great news because what it does is it makes it so that, number one, your privacy is going to be intact. Our, defense authorization bill for 2026, this could really change things for us. It could make it to where your privacy is going to be intact. You don't have to worry about Big Brother, over you. I mean, central bank digital currency is going to happen. We're going to have digital currency. There's going to be crypto. It's gonna be there. But this could be a great thing because what they're talking about is, with the defense rules, getting rid of this and the Surveillance Act, Anti-Surveillance Act of 2026. God, this is great news. So what it does is that it will make it so that there won't be any way of having these central banks, our digitization of our money. It's coming, but it's not coming right now, which is great. Crypto's going to be here. Crypto coins are going to be here. You're going to see Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, everything like that, Shiba Inu, all this stuff that's still going to be there, but you're not going to have that. Now, one more other thing that's kind of cool is, a lot of money is earned here in the United States and then shipped out of the country. Mexico has had nothing but problems lately getting money sent. And now they're blaming this on the immigration raids. I don't think it's that. I just think that people are earning less money and not sending it home. For the first time in 13 years, there was a massive decline in the money that was sent from the United States to Mexico. $6.4 billion was sent to Mexico last month. Well, that's a lot of money, Dan. No, it's nothing. It's down 16% year over year, 16%. And 3.5% of all of Mexico's GDP is foreign money being sent into the country by workers that are earning money. Now, I'm not talking about illegal activity and things like that and shenanigans. I'm talking about people just sending family members, parents, kids, siblings, grandma and grandpa money. That has stopped, guys. That has stopped. So it's going down month after month after month right now. And you can blame it on immigration, but I just think it's a sign of the time for the economy. So much is happening right now. And when you see these bills that get written up and you see things happen like this, it's actually good news, I think, when you see that they're cutting back and they're not going to do this. I'm telling you this right now. It's not people that are doing illegal activity that have to worry about the central bank digital currency. It's the small mom and pop business. People that do the littlest things right now are the ones that are having difficulty. One thing that we did to start this channel was I did a lot of grants. Right now, Square, the credit card swipe company, has a $10,000 grant, and it is for small businesses. But the cool thing with this, and you can read all this information below, is if you get one of these grants for your business, and you can sit there and say, Dan, what's 10 grand going to do for me? Well, what it's going to do, guys, is they're going to give you experts to help you with your financing. They're going to give you experts to work on goals for your business. They're going to give you accounting help for your business. And this is a big, big deal because Square has a bank now. The bank can lend you money on your business. If you are somebody that uses Square for your financing, you can go out and get an advance on this. And what they've learned is that 45% of the people that borrow this money are using the money for expansion right now, which is a real, real big deal. If you get a PayPal loan, if you use PayPal, you need to look at these things, but you need to do it in such a way that you don't have to pay it back unless somebody buys something. The advantage to the Square program, and I've done this in my business in the past, not with Square, but with PayPal, And that is, let's say you borrow, I'm just going to use $20,000. Well, when you swipe a charge from PayPal, a percentage goes back to paying back your loan. It's a really, really convenient way. If you don't sell anything over the weekend, payment's not due. People have done some crazy financing things where people have gone out and they finance, they'll get 200 grand, and every week they have to make a $2,500 payment. Well, think about this. It's raining in Lake Tahoe. They've had hail in Lake Tahoe right now. Well, just think if you were a business in the middle of summer renting boats or something and it's hailing. Well, no one's planning on that. Oh, your payment's due. That's the advantage to a loan like this. But this Square loan, this $10,000, this is going to change things. It's going to make it so that you can get money and not have to, pay it back unless you can afford it. I'm in Monterey right now. This is just absolutely stunning and beautiful. I filmed some stuff on the private channel already, and people are like, oh, you got to go out there. Good morning. So anyways, guys, look at all these alternatives. If you're running a business and you have challenges, the advantage to these contests and these loans now, it's kind of cool because what they're doing is they're making it, well, what does a business need? I can write you a check, and writing you a check solves a problem. But if you could get guidance and, mentorship, I have a friend of mine who was the first financier to speak at one of my conferences when I first had it in 2017. This guy was at my house going to a wedding. He's like, oh, let me come by, Dan, and we'll talk. So we went out. Hello, good morning. This guy came by for an hour, and we got to go through all these different alternative financing programs and things like that he's working with right now. It's pretty exciting. But again, not everybody wants to borrow money for their business. But if you need money, if you want a grant, there's grants to do everything out there, guys. Grants to pay your bills, grants to help you grow your business, start a business, everything. Pay your insurance costs, pay everything. But you have to research it. You got to start in your city, county, and state that you live in and look at the grants there and then go from there. But check this out. Isn't this just beautiful? What a great spot. So there's a lot more to cover in this video. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. The one thing about Patriot Gold Group, guys, is they sell all types of precious metals. Have you seen what silver's doing lately? Silver is almost $40 an ounce. You do not want to miss out on this right now. Silver is an industrial metal that has thousands of uses that you don't even realize. And the best place to buy it is Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Look at what all the experts are doing. So many people are getting into silver, but you want to buy something inexpensive? Get into silver, guys. Gold is on fire as well, guys. UBS just said that gold's going to hit $3,600 by the end of the year. JP Morgan has said that we're going to see well over $4,000 an ounce gold in early 2026. You don't want to miss out on this. Contact #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. For 9 years in a row, they've been #1 rated. Wow. #1 with consumer affairs. They have IRAs, 401ks. They have a no fee for life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Contact them today. If you don't want to call, use the link below. They will send out a free investor guide. It's absolutely amazing. But call them today, 888-330-1431. Do it now before it's too late. This beach is just loaded with mussel shells. Isn't that cool? Now, here's a story that could have made its own video, and I was going to make a video just on this title, but there was a bank manager who was indicted at the end of last week, and Wexon Tony Chen, Mr. Chen worked for Cathay Bank, and he was in the City of Industry and City of Arcadia, California, and the cities are right next to each other, to give you an idea. And he managed these two different branches. But what this guy would do was he'd go out and he would set up different accounts for people through their home equity lines. And through their home equity lines, he would then write himself checks against their houses to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, here's the wild part about this, is that the guy would even go as far as this. This is where he got real brazen. He told people after they would apply, Dan, your loan's been denied. You don't have an account, sorry about that. We're not going to approve your loan. Now, the worst part about this was the loans were approved. Then he forged their signatures and he would start writing checks against their account. I'm telling you guys, you have to look. You have to look at everything involved with your credit, everything. Imagine waking up one day and you find out, oh, wait a second, honey, I thought we got denied by Cathay Bank. No, it says we have a $50,000 line of credit here on our tied to the equity in our home. And this guy was just stealing these people's money. So he got indicted. He's done. So this is the end, guys, for stuff like this. But again, in the digital world, I am telling you this right now. I had a credit card through a bank, and recently they said, listen, we don't do paper statements. Well, good, I'm going to close the account. I don't care how high the credit limits, and it was sky high. The point was they're like, we just don't do that. Well, good, show me how to log into your bank. Well, here's your portal. And then they couldn't get into the account. So you have no idea what I've charged. Oh, wait a second, we're going to talk to IT about this. Send me out a paper statement. Sir, we just told you we don't do that. So, okay, well, watch me close the account. So I'm telling you guys, you want to have a problem? Well, what do you mean I charge $12,000 in, Tuscaloosa? No, pass. Don't do that, guys. Look at your finances. Use marks. I'm telling you, I always tell people to go to their accountant early. I tell people to look at their finances all the time. But think about this scoundrel at this bank. That bank is going to get their brain suit out for this, for what this guy did, because he was a manager. He was in charge. He was the head honcho there and stole all that money from people. So mark my words, you haven't heard the end of this story yet. Now, one thing we've talked a lot about lately is buying used cars. Used cars are much more desirable right now than new cars. And I'm telling you this right now, you can get such a tremendous deal on a used car right now. But Hertz just teamed up with Amazon. And Amazon's going to have a portal, and Amazon is going to help Hertz sell all their used cars with better descriptions, with mileage, with breakdowns, certifying the vehicles so that they are safe and trustworthy and everything. I'm telling you guys, I found a bunch of articles about this, but I also found a great article, how to buy a used car, things that you should ask, things that you should look for. Now, there's car guys out there like, what are you, stupid, Dan? Of course I know how to do this. Not everybody does, guys. Not everybody does. So the idea with this is that if you go out and you get, if you're looking for a new car, go out and ask all these questions. Go out and look for different ways to, save money, get good deals, what you should look for. My favorite thing with cars is, look at guys like Scotty, TK's Garage, guys like that. See, I'm lucky because I could call TK today and say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about buying X as far as, a American manufactured car. He would know everything about that car. And, oh, Dan, the transmission goes at 60,000 miles. Did they redo the transmission? He would know everything. This is the type of thing most people don't know. And most people just hear the number and it's a good price and I'm going to go from there. No. Go out and do a little research. But do you think Hertz teaming with Amazon is going to be a big deal? I, for one, think that we're going to get rid of more retail establishments. The car dealership model of old is done, guys. People don't want to go and be, maneuvered and worked over and all this stuff. It's funny. I had someone write me that they bought a Lexus, and the Lexus, for a $2,000 package, the car would park themselves. Only problem is, Dan, we can't figure out how to do it, and the dealership doesn't know how to do it. Well, give me my $2,000 back. No, the program has been built into the car, so we can't give you your money back. How fair is that, guys? What would you do with that? You don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, but you charge me $2,000 for it. Does it even work? So I think companies like this are going to get sued. What do you think? You think it's a big deal, Hertz teaming with Amazon? Hertz had the debacle when they bought all those electric vehicles, and, unloaded them. They used Tom Brady and paid him a fortune to make those ridiculous commercials, but not everybody can handle these cars. The technology is too much. Grandma can't do it. Grandma wants to just get in her car, start it, and go. Charge my car. Where do I do that? Okay? So let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. I want to thank Dr. Marvin for this next article. Think about this, guys. We talk a lot about real estate, and the problem that you have with it is the numbers don't lie, that there's issues. 15% of all contracts that people entered into last month were canceled. The highest figures since 2017. Huge numbers. It's up 12% over the month before. It's up, it's up, it's up. 58,000 contracts were canceled, midstream at some point during the escrow process. The highest areas were Texas and Florida. San Antonio was the #1 city where people canceled transactions. Now, here's the other thing that you have to look at is the lingering houses on the number of days on market. Right now, across the country, it's at 43 days. 1 month and 13 days is what they say. If your house has been sold faster, you won lotto. Okay, so it is a problem. I am telling you this right now. If you are thinking of buying or selling, you have to use an agent. You get someone like Scott Walters out of Santa Barbara, who knows everybody. You get a lender like Sabina, who I've referred a bunch of people to, who sat in my angel seats the other night. But the idea with this is you get somebody that knows what they're doing and can know exactly what you can afford, what you can do, knows different markets, has agents they're connected with around the country. That's what you need to do. You need to protect yourself and make sure you're getting wise counsel. Now, again, you may not need to have an agent help you with buying a house. I get it. But I'm telling you, do your research. Do your research. One of my proudest moments in the last month was even my son changing apartments. Went to, hey, Dad, him and his roommate went and looked at places on a Friday night and a Saturday night. I was, wow, Dad, the stench of weed was just, it permeated the building. So it's the last place that they wanted to live. So you need to go out and you need to investigate prior to moving, and don't buy the shenanigans of, oh, hey, you better make this decision now or you're going to miss out. So pass the barrier here. But you know what I'm talking about? A little research, guys. But the deals are out there. It is a declining real estate market right now. Prices are going down. Houses are sitting on the market longer. The deals are out there. Now, again, I live in a nice city, and I live in a city in an area where houses seem to move quick. And the agents are like, hey, do you know that we're in a hot spot? The agents always tell me that. And when they run into me, correct me and say, not every place is slowing down. We're busy as ever. Some places are like that, guys. And I'm going to get people in the Carolinas and Iowa and certain markets, but you're seeing things turn right now. That's a problem right now. And again, if they lower interest rates a quarter of a point, what's that going to do? Oh, then there's hope for more, Dan. No, again, I covered that earlier this week, and people either get it or they don't. But you need to make sure your finances are in order, and you need to be able to accept that payment at 6.5%. If you could get in the sixes, it's like the guy that owns the farm. Because, Dan, if I know what the numbers are, if I could get a 6% mortgage on these 2 farms, I'd be in heaven, okay? So, got to understand where you're at and what happens. Is your house overpriced? What we're seeing in Vegas right now is crazy. You're seeing areas that, people bought a house 2 years ago, $600,000. Now they're trying to sell it for $1.4 million. This area, Monterey, Pacific Grove, all these little cities here, I am floored. These houses are beautiful. They sit right next to the water. Now, something like that's millions of dollars. But you go a couple blocks in, still 1.4 million, 1.6 million for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath place. Now, that's not for everybody, guys, but it's just a beautiful beach community, a great place to walk, safe, all that stuff. Let me know what you think so far. Are you seeing real estate turn in your areas? I just think that condos are a huge problem. I think that the associations and having people pay for different things that are wrong with the building, you haven't seen anything yet. It's going to get much worse. Is this just stunning or what? I'm going to finish the video with these last few things. Join our email list. The link is below in the video description. We have a private channel called iAllegedly Live where we talk about everything we can't talk about other places. It's fantastic. One more Dr. Marvin story that is just goes along with the real estate shenanigans right now. And that is, think about this, guys. Where are houses being pulled off the market the fastest? Miami. Wow. Think about this. For every 100 listings, 59 out of 100 were pulled off the market, canceled. Not canceling escrow, not they had a deal, they had a contract. We're just going to wait till the fall. You guys understand this is home buying season right now. It's not in, the fall. You can kid yourself all you want. Things are going to improve, Dan. They're going to turn the corner and we're going to see something different. Now, you can read the article below because the real estate agents are talking about how, it's a changing economy and you're going to see differences and ebbs and flows with inventory. Nope, guys, it's taking a turn and you don't want to admit it because you need to sell a house to be able to afford your lifestyle. Huh, that's a terrible way of putting it. No, it's the truth, guys. It's the truth. Final story, and this is hilarious. It is anticipated that CBS News lost $50 million in a year. $50 million. Now, again, a lot of these news organizations have been funded by outside agencies. These agencies have been closed, so they have less reporters, less activity to different stories and things like that. And CBS News, fought back and said, this is not true. We're not, we didn't lose $50 million. It's a lot less. No, what 30? 35? Okay? Ridiculous. The mainstream media has a problem. That's why channels like this do well, guys, is that, you get a guy like me that's researching everything. And yeah, you guys, if CBS News wants to pay me $5 million a year, I would go work there. Remember that, okay? You'd probably get a bigger audience on some of your shows too. Did he say that? He did. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Always check out our sponsors, guys. Don't forget, guys, for me and all your other favorite YouTubers, even my competition, guys, go out and make sure you have the like button hit, the bell notification hit, you get notified on everything. I am seeing that some of my videos pop up on people's feed 2 and 3 days after they were dropped. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. So, like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Thanks for being here.